Today, we're diving into a critical case, the Ranbaxy laboratory crisis. It's a story where cost pressures, compliance demands, and data integrity issues all collided. I'm Dr. S.K. Singh, and together we'll explore what went wrong, why it matters, and the lessons we can learn from this complex challenge. Let's get started. Ranbaxy was once a shining example of India's pharmaceutical ambition, a major player with a growing global footprint. But things took a sharp turn. Serious regulatory issues emerged at two key facilities, Paonta Sahib and Duas. The US FDA found major violations of good manufacturing practices, leading to warning letters and import alerts. Over several years, the situation escalated legal actions, hefty fines, and ultimately a landmark acquisition by Sun Pharma. This timeline shows how quickly success can be challenged by compliance failures. The regulatory findings uncovered serious issues with Ranbaxy's manufacturing and testing. The Department of Justice found that their processes couldn't guarantee the strength, purity, or quality of some drugs. Problems ranged from incomplete records and poor stability testing to major deviations from good manufacturing practices. They even failed to report important alerts on time and made false statements to the FDA. This wasn't just about faulty equipment. It revealed deep flaws in their entire quality system, from labs to documentation and regulatory honesty. In the laboratory, data integrity isn't just important, it's critical. Lab results guide key decisions, whether a batch gets released, rejected, reprocessed, or recalled. If the data is false, incomplete, or unreliable, patient safety is at risk. The Ranbaxy case showed what can go wrong when testing dates are altered or skipped. The right approach: never change dates or hide deviations. Instead, record what really happened, assess the impact, investigate thoroughly, and inform quality and regulatory teams. This ensures trust in critical data like assays, impurities, stability, and more. We often face a tough balancing act, cost and compliance pulling in opposite directions. On one side, there's commercial pressure, cutting costs, hitting production targets, meeting launch deadlines, and staying on top of regulations. On the other, quality risks creep in when shortcuts happen, like rush testing or weak documentation. The key lesson: saving a little now by cutting corners can lead to huge costs later, warning letters, import bans, penalties, and damage to reputation. It's a dangerous equation. We have to navigate carefully. We need to ask one more crucial question. Can we prove that the activity actually happened as documented? This is the difference between paper GMP and real GMP. Paper GMP looks good on paper. The reports show the tests were done. But real GMP goes deeper. It requires raw data, sample histories, equipment logs, and analyst actions to confirm the work truly took place. It's a chain from procedure to execution to original data, all the way through review, verification, and oversight. That's how quality gets real. So, what should a modern pharmaceutical company do to stay ahead? First, build a strong quality culture where quality has real authority. No shortcuts allowed. Next, enforce data integrity with ALCOA+ principles, making sure every record is trustworthy. Audit trails need regular review, focusing on risk. Investigations of out-of-spec or out-of-trend results must be honest, no fudging numbers. Stability programs require strict control. Independent QA should challenge data, not just rubber stamp it. Management must actively review quality trends. Oversight extends to suppliers and contract labs. CAPA has to fix root causes, not just symptoms. And finally, foster a speak-up culture where employees feel safe raising concerns. Let's talk about how emerging technologies are reshaping quality management. We're seeing tools like AI-assisted anomaly detection and real-time process monitoring becoming essential. These systems connect everything, from lab notebooks to manufacturing execution and quality management systems, creating a seamless flow of data. But technology alone isn't enough. Without strong governance and a culture that values reliable data, even the best systems fall short. Sustainable data integrity comes from combining technology, governance, and culture. That's the modern quality model in action. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key lessons from the Ranbaxy story, lessons every pharmaceutical leader should keep close. First, quality isn't just a job for QA or QC, it's a responsibility for the whole business. Second, data isn't just numbers, it's a product itself, and unreliable data undermines every decision. Third, never sacrifice long-term quality for short-term savings. The risks aren't worth it. Fourth, early warnings matter, they demand real action. Fifth, CAPA has to change behavior, not just close observations. And finally, regulatory trust takes years to build but can vanish in an instant. As we wrap up, the Ranbaxy crisis teaches us more than just regulatory failure. It shows the risks when business goals, weak quality controls, and faulty data collide. The key takeaway for pharma companies is clear. Compliance alone isn't enough. It needs to be backed by scientific honesty, open data, independent oversight, committed leadership, and a culture that values truth over cover-ups. Quality isn't a cost to bear, it's the very foundation of how business should be done. Here, we have the key references that support everything we've discussed. These include important regulatory documents from the US FDA and Department of Justice, as well as guidelines from global organizations like the WHO and ICH. They cover topics from quality systems to risk management and good manufacturing practices. This list grounds our presentation in established standards and real-world actions, showing the framework behind the pharmaceutical industry's commitment to quality and compliance. If you found this case study valuable, we'd really appreciate it if you liked the video, subscribed to the channel, and shared it with your colleagues in the pharmaceutical field. Don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts. We want to hear from you. For more in-depth content on GMP, data integrity, quality culture, and everything from regulatory affairs to pharmaceutical manufacturing, stay connected with Siphacos. We're here to support your journey in quality and compliance. Thanks for joining me today. If you want to explore this further or have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate your time and attention, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you.